Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe Class Warpath from Transformers Kingdom, War for Cybertron Trilogy. I think it's kind of funny because of the way they have him tied to the card in the back, and because of his giant protruding torso, he's kind of like laid back, almost like he's napping back there. I just think it's kind of funny. In any case, really nice artwork here on the front. Again, we have that kind of exploding volcano lava-filled background with the robot mode and the tank mode. Looks very sharp. I like that a lot. On the side here, have that kind of typical Kingdom poster shot. Not too much going on the top or the bottom. And then on the back, we have that kind of cave painting-esque shot of the robot mode and the vehicle mode, which I think looks pretty cool. So pretty standard packaging for Kingdom at this point, but really nice artwork. Let's go ahead, let's get him out of there, and we'll take a closer look. So here is Warpath out of the packaging, but before we get to him, there's something I've been meaning to bring up in these videos that I always forget. These come with cards. You can see how holofoil and super fun sparkly they are. I want to say not the core class, but I believe Deluxe class and up all each come with one of these cards. Now, as you can see, this one here is Dinobot, and it's kind of hard to see the picture, but you can at least see the name. So I have Dinobot, 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 Black Arachnia, and then one Optimus Prime. So I don't understand why these don't just come with the card of the figure that you're buying. I don't understand why they're random. I'm not going to keep buying figures to collect these stupid cards. I mean, they're fun. You know, they're crazy holofoil, and they have like a sticker that you kind of pull back and you can see, you know, the Dino mode underneath, which is kind of neat. But I just don't understand why they don't just come like Warpath should come with Warpath, Dinobot comes with Dinobot, Black Arachnia comes with Black Arachnia, etc., etc. Why they're just random, and apparently they only make 3 of them, because of all the ones I've bought so far, I've only gotten 3 different cards. So, wanted to at least touch on them, in case anyone was wondering. I do have them, but they're kind of worthless to me. The other thing I wanted to point out that is actually kind of neat, if we go back to the packaging here, on the top inside flap, they have that eye from the original Beast Wars packaging. And I thought that was a cool little Easter egg that they hid there on the inside flap on the top. So, been meaning to point that out as well, and that's really cool. I really like that a lot. So, one thing, very cool. The cards, I think, kind of stupid, but whatever. Just wanted to at least address them. Let's take a look at Warpath. He looks pretty good. Very maroon, obviously. Got a little bit of white to break it up, but I would say definitely those are his 2 colors. Even the eyes, which I guess are painted black. I think on the show they were blue, and I kind of wish they were blue here just to kind of make it pop. I feel like the black's okay, but when you already have a dark maroon and a white, that little bit of a lighter blue probably would have really popped against the maroon and looked really good, but what are you going to do? He definitely has some massive boat feet, as you can see. Decent amount of kibble, and honestly, transforming the legs is a crazy mess, but we'll get there. But he looks pretty cool. He's definitely a little smaller than a typical Deluxe. Here is Jazz, and you can see that he's about a head shorter, maybe not a full head, but pretty close. I mean, they're giving us all the mini-bots as Deluxes now. Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper. We're about to get Huffer. I'm sure Pipes will come from that. So they kind of gave us all of the mini-bots at a nice scale, I thought at least, through Combiner Wars. And I guess that I don't remember what the name of that line was, where you got the little character and like a little Target Master, and they were about $10. That was a great line. But in any case, we got a bunch of mini-bots through that, and then obviously they continued through Combiner Wars, Power of the Primes, Titan's Return, all that. But now they're giving all of them to us again as Deluxe characters, or Deluxe size class, I should say. And I get it. I mean, eventually you have to kind of do stuff over again. But I don't think the last time we got a Warpath, we haven't been... No, did they do? I think they did like a repaint of Megatron as Warpath to put him in that mini-bot size class. Because the last time we got a real Warpath, I think, was in the... was it Thrilling 30 or Generations or whatever that line was called? And he was fairly hard to come by, but he was a Deluxe class. That was a good toy. That was a pretty good Warpath. But I'm pretty sure at some point they repainted like a Legends class Megatron and called it Warpath just to add to the size class of Legends class mini-bots. But in any case, we're taking a look at this Warpath. And he does look pretty good. Articulation's good. He's got a ball joint here in the head. So you got a little bit of side to side, a little bit of rocking back and forth. Certainly can look all the way around. So nice articulation there. You have a swivel and a hinge here in the shoulder. You have 90-degree bend and swivel in the elbow. And then you do have a wrist swivel here. So you can move that around, which is nice. He does have a waist swivel. It's very tight on mine, but it does move right where the maroon meets the white. And then you have kick forward, kick fairly far back, kick out to the side. You have a thigh swivel there, 90 degrees, well, pretty much 90 degrees in the knee there. And then he does have ankle tilt, but I feel like you're not really going to get dynamic poses. I mean, I guess you can, but he's just got such massive feet that there's really no way you could ever knock him over. It's just not going to happen. They are huge. He also comes with this little shield accessory. This is really mostly used to hold him together in vehicle mode, but it does have a peg underneath, so if you wanted to peg it into one of the various ports he has, you can give him a tiny little shield. It's okay. It does have a little port here as well, so if you wanted to put a blast effect on there or something, you could do that as well. So if it looks like he got shot and he blocked it in like an explosion blast effect or something like that. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, for the most part, I think he looks good. I think they did a nice job. He doesn't have too much kibble. He has this little bit of tread on his forearm, but again, that's very reminiscent of the original toy. And then he's got the giant feet, but hey, at least he has individual legs, right? The original G1 toy did not have individual legs. And he does have the barrel of the tank all the way pushed in, but if you want to replicate his original G1 look, you can just go ahead and pull it all the way out there, and it does have some movement. Not a ton. Is it supposed to be able to go down? No, I guess not. It just goes up. But you can, if you like the look of that better, if you like the more kind of classic G1 look where he has the barrel all the way extended, you can certainly do that. I honestly can't decide. Sometimes I look at it like this and I think it looks really good, and then other times I think it makes a lot more sense to just have it pushed all the way in. I can't decide, but I think both look good. So let's go ahead, let's get into the transformation here. Alright, so this guy's transformation, it's a little weird, I'm going to be honest. We'll start by taking these tank tread pieces on the forearm, and you can flip them around like so. So we'll come over here and do the same on this arm. Now, he's got this back flap here that you can see. This section here, you can kind of see it's almost a different shade of maroon, unfortunately. But this piece here, with the arms connected to it, is going to come back like this. Now, the way this back flap works, this has to, like, you can't extend it ahead of time because then it won't clear. So you kind of have to get this to come down and then kind of push this up as you do it, so that this goes up while you're flipping that out. And then there's kind of like a little tab right there that you can kind of grab onto if you have a fingernail. And I've already kicked it back. This is like a really unnecessarily stupid part of the transformation in my opinion. But anyway, so once you can get that to go up like that, you can see how it kind of fills in that space. And then you need to pull out a second flap from underneath. And again, an unnecessarily difficult part of the transformation. There we go. And then you flip that down like so. So make sure that's all the way down, and then that's extended to fill in that empty space. I feel like there's gotta be a better way that could have been done. I don't know why that was so convoluted and weird. Again, it's not so much a difficult process, it's just getting clearance to get your fingers in there because everything's so tiny. I don't know, that just seems like there could have been a better way to do that. I don't know. But in any case, once that's filled in there, you get to come down to the part. Well, let's do the head first. We're going to open this up. We're going to, first you got to extend the barrel all the way out. Then you can rotate that head inside. And then close this back up. There we go. So there you go. Now you have the full turret of the tank. So coming down to this section, you're going to flip these out like this. And you have to be careful because sometimes these flaps on the inside can get caught on it and you don't want to break them. So flip that out like this. Then this section is going to flip open like this, 90 degrees. And then you have to kind of spin these around so that they're on the outside. And then you want to flip them around again. And then this panel is going to flip up like this. And then that will flip open like this. Alright, now hold on. How do I do this? This part always confuses me because there's so many weird panels you need to flip around and make sure that they all line up. I think you bring this out like this. That's right. This comes up and fills that space. So you can see how that fits in there. And then you push that like that. So then that's kind of what you end up with. So let's see if I can replicate that again. Probably not. So this will flip out. This goes like this. This comes up. This comes up on this side and fills that space. This goes up there like that. And then you just kind of, you have to make sure that this goes all the way in. There we go. And then you should be able to sandwich this all together. And it doesn't stay together super well, I'll be honest, but you can get it. And then you're going to bring this up, and this just kind of sits up here like this. Then you're going to take the arms, so you're going to kind of open this up slightly so that you can fit the arms in. Now you can see that there is a tab right there. There is a tab spot right there on the inside of the forearm. So you're going to go ahead and peg that in. Then this is going to kind of come up, and you can see that these two tabs will fit around there. And then do the same with the other side, so we can bring the arm in, tab that against the body, bring this in, tab that together, and then make sure this all lines back up. And there you go. Now we're going to come underneath here, and you can see that there are two tab spots right there. The two tabs from this shield piece are going to peg in there. And this kind of helps keep this front section together because otherwise it really doesn't want to stay together. But that does help. So just make sure you never lose that shield piece. But there you go. There is your fully transformed and completed Warpath in tank mode. I think it's a pretty great tank mode. Definitely very G1 accurate. The last time we got a Deluxe Warpath, it was definitely a different kind of tank. So I think they did a great job recreating the original G1 aesthetic. Like the Autobot symbol there on the front. Turret does move around, which is nice. And then, like I said, the barrel can move up and down slightly, but not really down so much, but it can move up a little bit, which I guess makes sense. He does have, I thought he had wheels. Yeah, he's got back, there they are. They're maroon, so they blend in very well. But yeah, he does have some wheels, so he doesn't really roll all that well, but he can move around a little bit, being a tank. And then just for another size comparison, here is Jazz, just because I had him handy. So I would say in vehicle mode, they're pretty comparable. Jazz might be a little bit bigger with his giant spoiler, but other than that, I would say they're pretty comparable in size. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with them. I think they did a nice job. I do like the tank mode a lot, but that transformation is just a little frustrating. So I like Warpath. He's good. He's a big maroon tank. There's not really too much to say about him, honestly. He's good. He's not amazing. He doesn't wow me. He doesn't knock my socks off, but he's perfectly good. I think the robot mode works. He's definitely got giant feet, which is very reminiscent of the original toy. The original toy was just one solid boat for his feet. He didn't have separate feet, so obviously at least we have that going on for us. You know, I think the head sculpt looks great. I like that you can recreate the G1 look if you want to pull the turret all the way out, but you can store it inside if you like that look better, so I like that they gave you options there. I don't know, he's just a little bland. I think just because he's just a big maroon tank. I feel like those metallic blue eyes would have really popped against all the maroon. You have a little bit of this white color to break it up, which is nice, but it's a lot of maroon. And it's fine, but it's just kind of a drab color. I get it, that was his coloring back in G1, so that, like I said, they're very faithful at creating the head sculpt. The tank mode looks great, very reminiscent of the original toy. Definitely more G1 aesthetic than the last Deluxe Warpath we got. So I get it. I mean, he's perfectly fine. I don't really have anything bad to say about him. The only thing is, it definitely takes some getting used to when it comes to transforming his legs. I mean, after a couple times, you start to figure it out, but it's a lot of, hinges and flaps and moving everything around and getting it to line up, and it definitely takes a minute to get the hang of it. But once you do, it gets more and more intuitive, I feel like, each time you do it. So, this thigh swivel is getting a little loose on me, which is kind of a bummer. Like I said, he's fine. I have nothing against him. I definitely recommend picking him up and adding him to your collection, because it seems like they're going to be redoing all of the mini bots now in this new deluxe size class. So just rebuy them all over again. You know how we do. But I like him. I do. I don't know what it is. There's nothing wrong with him at all. He's just not the most exciting. And I think it's just because he has kind of a drab color scheme. But that's what he was back in the day, so they wanted to be faithful. I get it. And I'm glad he's maroon. I mean, that's what color he's supposed to be, so I get it. I don't know. Just makes him a little drab. And maybe it's also just because we have so much Beast Wars going on this wave, to then get this random mini bot in the line. Doesn't feel out of place, but it's just a weird contrast. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But in the long run, he's good. I definitely recommend picking him up. He's just not super as exciting as I want him to be, if that makes sense. I don't know. In any case, let me know what you guys think. I want to hear from you. Are you excited about Warpath? If you are, let me know in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoy the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.